let's talk about how energy moves around this gigantic habitat right behind me, Lake Michigan. You may not notice it, but there are many different types of producers floating around in Lake Michigan that are absorbing the sun's energy. Some of these are called microscopic green algae, a single-celled organism that is absorbing the sun's energy. Different consumers will eat this microscopic algae and begin the food chain process in Lake Michigan. These microscopic green algae producers are often eaten by native water fleas. We can show how energy moves from the algae to the flea in a simple model called a food chain. If we want to make our model bigger, we can show how energy from the fleas moves to the opossum shrimp when it gets eaten, and then how the energy from the shrimp moves to the yellow perch when it gets eaten, and finally how the energy moves from the perch to the coho salmon when it eats the perch. Showing how energy moves from one organism to the next is called a food chain. If we want to show a more complicated model, we can show a food web. A food web is basically a big model showing many different food chains together. If we look at this example, we can see how there are many different types of organisms living their lives in the lake right now, and energy is moving up and up the food chain. If we look at the food chains and the complex food web in Lake Michigan, we can see how many species are living their lives here and how the energy moves up and up the food chain. In fact, at the top of the food chain and the food web in Lake Michigan, there are fish that are longer than this. These are called the apex predators of Lake Michigan. Now, what type of food chains and food webs can you think of in other habitats we've studied, like the prairie or the forest?